Match week 28 brings us to the foothills of the Appalachian Mountains in Chattanooga, Tennessee. We kick off our Sunday slate with a battle of the independents, Chattanooga FC and Carolina Core, each winners of 3 consecutive face off for the final time this regular season. Welcome inside Finley Stadium alongside our Season Pass crew. I'm Jake Griffith. Glad to have you with us. This is arguably the most important battle of the independents in this brief series history because as we take a look at our Eastern Conference table entering this Sunday afternoon, plenty of playoff implications all around. Chattanooga FC, they've already locked up a playoff spot by virtue of NYCFC's loss on Thursday night against New England Revolution. Chattanooga are in the postseason, but still an opportunity to get into that top 4 and potentially host a round of the playoffs here at Finley Stadium. Meanwhile, Carolina Core, they're fighting to stay above that playoff cut line. Right now, just 1 point clear of NYCFC. Atlanta United, too, who won last night, they have a game in hand on each of the teams above them right now. So 3 valuable points at stake for Core FC in the playoff hunt. Chattanooga FC, not just winners of 3 straight, but unbeaten in 4. It was all kicked off with a win against Carolina Core FC 3 matches ago. Their turnaround since going winless in 10 has been very significant. Manager Chris Nugent feels like they've gotten back to their identity. Meanwhile, Carolina Core, they've won back-to-back matches away for the first time since 2024. They've adopted a win ugly mentality. Win any way you can. Points are the most important thing at this juncture of the season. As we take a look at our starting 11, first for the home side Chattanooga FC and manager Chris Nugent, going with a 4-3-3. 3 personnel changes across the first 11 on the pitch, including Daniel Mangarov re-entering the fold. 16 there at the top of your screen. Mangarov in his rookie season out of Virginia has been a huge pickup for Chattanooga FC. 11 goal contributions on the season, 7 goals of his own, set to make his 21st start of 2025. Brings a lot to the table offensively against a Carolina Core team who are very stout defensively, and manager Donovan Ricketts and the Foxes rolling with a 5-2-3. No changes across this 11. It's the same from their last match, a win against Atlanta United 2. They do change shape, though. Went with a 5-4-1 against Atlanta United 2, going with this 5-2-3 today, allowing them more opportunities in transition. It has been a Chattanooga FC defense that has conceded 14 transitional goals this season. The boys in blue, just 1 win in their last 7 home fixtures. Currently tied for the fewest home victories among the East's top 8, trying to turn around their home form down the stretch of the season. Mark Verso is our center referee. He sounds the whistle, and we are underway in this independent derby in Chattanooga, Tennessee. Carolina Core, the Foxes in white. Chattanooga, the boys in blue in navy. Foxes don't like their options going forward on that left-hand side, so they'll peel it back and reset. Donovan Ricketts this week reflecting on the team's recent form for Carolina Core FC. He's been happy, obviously, with the fact that they've come out on top in 3 consecutive. He did say that they have conceded a few more goals than what he would like, trying to lock it down defensively today as it swung over to the right. Out of the reach, though, on this near side of Paul Leonardi, and it will go for a throw-in. Chattanooga FC, meanwhile, coming in off the win against Crown Legacy. Promptly turned over off that throw-in. Probable comeback of sorts for the boys in blue on the road. 4 unanswered after going down 2-0, scoring twice in the final 10 minutes of that contest. Their efforts were bolstered by a late own goal conceded by Morrison Ajimong and Crown Legacy in that contest. Chattanooga with another throw-in, long one ahead. We do have our first whistle of the day now from Mark Verso, and the two prior meetings between these teams as it's quickly restarted. That has been a very common theme. 52 combined fouls in the two prior matchups. This one thumped forward here. Fox is asking early questions. Cross comes in, right in the middle, and skipping wide. Jesus Ibarra flashing in toward goal. The former Chattanooga FC man. As recently as July of this season, it was middle July that Ibarra was brought over by Carolina Corps. Had a chance to catch up with Jesus Ibarra earlier this season. He said that it's a very positive environment in Carolina. He was very thankful for the opportunities he was given at Chattanooga FC. We do have another whistle, this time Daniel Chica impeding the run of play. On that subject of Jesus Ibarra departing Chattanooga FC, Sebastian Geraldo, manager Chris Nugent, and this organization of Chattanooga, they have not been afraid to make personnel changes throughout the course of 2025, bringing Yuval Cohen over in August after he departed Inter Miami 2. They added Gavin Turner earlier this year on a loan from the DC United organization. Luke Husikiewski, who has scored in back-to-back contests, coming over as well in August. Those are just a few of the notable additions that Chattanooga FC have made over recent weeks. Steered ahead, able to find Turner. Now turned upfield by Chattanooga. Layoff to Anthony Garcia, another of those recent acquisitions. Spent time earlier this year with Austin FC, who did not make an appearance in 2025. Had a handful of them a season ago. For Cohen on that right-hand side, that one guided out of play, and it will be a throw-in for Carolina Corps. Turner trying to stick the foot in and win that one back. We have another whistle here from Mark Verso. Bit of a collision there. Turner helping Linga Charles back up, and Carolina Corps will put it back into play. Despite coming into this contest, Carolina Corps with back-to-back wins at FC Cincinnati 2, when they netted a late winner in that contest, and then went going away against Crown Legacy on the road. It is just 2 wins in their last 9 away fixtures. Find their first 3-game win streak away since July 7th through September of 2024. Kohler will watch that one roll out of play, guided back to Eldin Jakupovic. Jakupovic rolling it ahead, connecting with Gavin Turner. Now Turner to Cohen, rather Garcia. Now Anthony Garcia taken down. Seen a lot of whistles so far in the early stages of this contest. It has not allowed a true rhythm to develop for either of these teams. Lapping run, the give up there from Mangarov. Swung over, Garvanyan now, he'll step forward with it. Garcia. Didn't find Gavin Turner, that's well covered by Paul Leonardi. Chris Nugent, manager of Chattanooga FC, and reflecting on these last 4 matches, rather, he did say that around the team, while the vibe had been positive despite that run of play without a win, those 10 consecutive matches, he said that it felt even better to have this 4-match unbeaten streak because the team just felt like these positive results were overdue. They had a stretch where he didn't feel like they were seeing their games out very well. They have corrected course in that regard, as here's Turner, who gives it up to Cohen now, trying to shake free of Daniel Chica, and does. This hit from distance right at Alex Sutton. Alex Sutton making his 26th start of the season and as many appearances, recording his first stop of the day. 5 prior combined in his previous 2 appearances in goal against Chattanooga. Takes a deflection off the head of Jesus Ibarra, out for a quick throw from Tate Robertson. Switching pass forward, Garcia racing down the left flank. He'll catch up to it. Garcia cuts to the end line. His center, and instead ran out of room, and it will be a goal kick to Alex Sutton. Chattanooga showing off that verticality early on. One of the better long ball completion teams in MLS Next Pro, and that is something that Carolina Core trying to make sure they have good coverage over the top. That verticality for Chattanooga FC has been key at times to unlocking their full offensive potential. It is something that Chris Nugent talked about all the way going back to the early stages of the season back in March, which feels like forever ago. But he did say that coming into this season, wanted to see them try to strike more of a balance, being vertical in 2025. Felt like that would allow them to get in toward goal a bit quicker. Didn't want to see them become one-dimensional, though. Sarsar captaining this team today, elects to give it up. Pushed forward, finding Turner. Plenty of space to move, wanting to roll it through. That Garcia cutting inside. Now poked away, falls back to Gavin Turner. Cohen shakes off a challenge. Here's Turner, dancing past defenders, and a save made. Chattanooga FC just not giving up on it. First it was Cohen setting it up. The advantage played as Turner steering through traffic. And that's a prime example of why Gavin Turner, so highly rated in that DC United organization. Turner joined the club, DC United, as a U12 player, ultimately made his professional debut with Loudoun United back in 2022. General vibe with DC United bringing, or rather sending Turner over on the loan to Chattanooga. Independent clubs in MLS Next Pro tend to trend older, a bit more experienced, as we have a whistle here. And those within the organization, and it's sentiments that were echoed by Chris Nugent earlier this season. Being around older, more experienced veteran players would allow Gavin Turner to some very crucial experience early on in his career. Turner making his 7th start in 9 appearances since coming over in May. Goes sailing long and out. It will be a throw for Chattanooga and Milo Garvanyan. Garvanyan, the former draft pick back in 2023 by CF Montreal, elected to sign with New Mexico United after not joining Montreal. Kohler now with it. It's 5 matches ago against Orlando City B on the road that Nathan Kohler, a crucial brace to help Chattanooga pull 2 points out of that contest, despite late heroics from Orlando City B. Advantage was played momentarily as Garvanyan probing forward. Kuski, former Charlotte 49er of the collegiate level, ultimately worked over. Mangarov, hold up play here from Cohen, rolls it toward goal, and again stopped by Sutton. They've been peppering Alex Sutton early on. All right, 3 saves by the man clad in blue in net for Carolina Core. Good job by Cohen, back to goal, able to create just a bit of daylight for himself and then turn and fire it. Fantastic turnout once again here at Finley Stadium in Chattanooga, Tennessee. It is something, that fan support, that Chattanooga has talked so much about. Whether you talk to players like Tate Robertson, he mentioned that earlier this week when we had a chance to catch up, but it doubles the excitement level for Chattanooga FC. The thought of playing playoff football here in front of these fans. Half of the matches remaining, including this one today, for Chattanooga FC will be here at Finley Stadium. And Chris Nugent said that fan support has been and will be so crucial the rest of the way. Garvanyan forward, Garcia stands up across, falls in front of Juarez. Now the real work begins here for Jathan Juarez. Heavy collision out wide on that far touchline. Now more whistles here from Mark Verso. Verso having a spirited chat with Farid Sarsar. It was Jesus Ibarra taken down right in front of his own technical area. And Ibarra laboring a bit there in the center of your screen, had to be helped to his feet by Daniel Mangarov. Back underway off the foul and the free kick. Sutton trying to go forward with it. Early on, Chattanooga has done a solid job of creating congestion through that midfield portion of the pitch. Hasn't allowed Carolina Core to progress with any fluidity into the attacking half. Last time these teams met was back in August the 16th down at Truist Point Stadium in High Point, North Carolina. Very gritty, hard-fought, back-and-forth contest, but ultimately it was Chattanooga FC coming out on top of that. An 89th minute penalty converted by Tate Robertson to seal it. Donovan Ricketts, this week manager of Carolina Core, he said that he felt like that result wasn't indicative of how Carolina Core played in that contest. Core did have their opportunities in that match to score early. In fact, even in the 7th minute, there was a ball that was played through right to the feet of Anthony Sumo Jr. Going to take the touch right in front of Eldin Jakupovic. But Jakupovic coming up with the save. Eldin Jakupovic, a hard man to best in goal for Chattanooga FC, the league leader in saves this season. Meanwhile, Garvanyan going right in on Paul Leonardi, and Leonardi slow to get back to his feet now. Verso motioning trainers on the pitch. Here's a look at it again, right here at the bottom of your screen. Leonardi trying to sidestep Garvanyan. Just a bit of a collision there. And Paul Leonardi finally back to his feet. Continuing to look at Leonardi, and now Mark Verso will come over and join the crowd forming in front of the 24-year-old Frenchman. A drop ball gets things back going, and Jakupovic has it at his feet. Long ball forward, connecting with Gavin Turner. Can't pull it down on the move, though. It's well defended by Daniel Chica. It'll stay on this end, however. Daniel Mangarov will get things set for the first corner of the afternoon. Chattanooga FC attacking from that far corner flag. Scored 3 times on corners this season. Mangarov swings it in, nodded toward goal, but over the bar and out. Sarsar was able to catch a piece of it there with the head. Just couldn't put it on the target. Almost 20 minutes in, it's Chattanooga FC who have been the aggressors in this first half to this point. 4 shots, 3 have gone on target. Right now they hold the advantage in possession as well, but a lot of one-way traffic in these opening 20 minutes. There's Cohen, able to make the grab of it. Mangarov, good cut back inside, able to find Watson. Not on the same page though as Yuval Cohen. Before coming over to Chattanooga FC, 90 in navy blue as it's out for another throw to the boys in blue. 3 goals and an assist in 2025 for Inter Miami 2. Rising up to that Inter Miami Academy system as well. Vibrant Meals provides fresh, good-for-you meals that are healthy, affordable, and accessible. Order meals directly to your door at myvibrantmeals.com or visit their local retail locations. Turned upfield, seeking Leonardi, but overhit, and that will roll out. Chattanooga will take things over via the throw-in. Chattanooga FC, the 3-match win streak, tied for the longest active win streak in the Eastern Conference. New England Revolution have won 3, Red Bull New York have won 3, Carolina Core as well have won 3 matches. A win today would give the boys in blue their first 4-game win streak since May 20th through June 3rd of 2023, predating their time in MLS Next Pro, back when they were in NISA. It's knocked out of play by Garcia, out for another throw to Leonardi and the Foxes. That 4-match win streak was sandwiched in a run of 20 unbeaten across all competitions that season in 2023 for Chattanooga FC. A club that has such a proud history, not just now plying their craft in MLS Next Pro, but throughout the club's long history that began all the way back in 2009, their first season. Lumped forward, wanted Yuval Cohen, Cohen knocked down, and this will be our first booking of the day. Daniel Chica will go into the book, representing our first yellow handed out by Mark Verso. Pushed forward, and right there in the center of your screen, Cohen and Chica both battling for it. Daniel Chica had been involved in some earlier fouls in the opening few minutes. Mark Verso clearly had seen enough. That is the 12th now combined yellow handed out, and now 3 fixtures between these clubs. Robertson forward into a crowd. No one on the receiving end except Alex Sutton, who will throw it out. Chica, the man who was just booked for the Foxes, will guide it forward. Here's Leonardi. Pushed in behind play, running it down here. It's Canetti. Canetti at the end line, the cutback. Still free in front. Juarez able to pick the pieces up. It's Ibarra. Save made by Jakupovic. The league's leader in saves, 101 entering this weekend. Slamming the door shut on Carolina Core. They're now showing some signs of life offensively after what had been the first 20 minutes controlled by Chattanooga. Juarez trying to turn away from Tate Robertson. On his second stint with this Chattanooga football club after spending 2 seasons with Lexington SC, prior to Lexington making the jump up to the USL Championship. Lexington were in USL League One. Spun upfield now, Ibarra. Wanted to play it back out wide, but no one there for Carolina Core. Eldin Jakupovic, 25th start of 2025. And before he can get things restarted, there is a loose ball still free on the field. Jakupovic, he's been such a bright spot in net all season for Chattanooga FC. Selected to participate in the Goalie Wars event at the MLS All-Star Game down in Austin earlier this year. Glancing header forward by Garvanian. It'll come to rest out of play. And Carolina Core will have the throw. Confusion here. Leonardi will have to retake that throw on this near touchline, and does. Donovan Ricketts, the biggest message that he's had for the team the last few weeks. He emphasized it earlier this week in training ahead of this match, as there is another whistle for a foul. He told his team, focus on yourselves. That's been the mantra all season for the Foxes, but Ricketts and this coaching staff have really tried to hone that message in over the last few weeks. He said this week that his reason for adopting that mentality is that if you're worried about what other people are doing, you won't take care of business. And that has evolved into that idea of, it doesn't really matter how it looks, as long as you're winning, as long as you're getting points. He said that, yes, obviously, Carolina Core wants to stick to the game model that they have set forth, but as long as they're winning, they don't really care. And they have continued to win over these last few weeks. It's not just winning. Carolina Core showing they can win in a multitude of ways. They had the comeback effort against FC Cincinnati 2, where they won late in that contest thanks to Glory and Zingo. And the win as well against Atlanta United 2, as that one will go out again for another throw, where they scored 2 unanswered in 2 different junctures of the match after Atlanta was able to pull a couple goals back in that one. Garvanyan, that is, will have the throw at the bottom of your screen, and does toss it in. Mangarov now on the right. They cut back inside. Juarez blocks the cross out. Going back toward Pineda. Booted ahead, seeking Jesus Ibarra. Takes a deflection off of Sarsar. Fox is in business now. They don't have the numbers, though. Ibarra will peel it back over to Juarez. Now back forward, Ibarra. His cross into the area, over the hands of Jakupovic, but falls out across the end line, and it's a goal kick. Slight advantage in possession for Carolina Core, bolstered by a good spell of possession these last few minutes. Chattanooga had really grabbed this contest by the reins early on. 4 shots, 3 shots on target. Already Alex Sutton, who has it at his feet, trying to make something happen with it. 3 saves. As Watson looking to play it back down, deflecting off of R.A. Miller. Long throw ahead, edge of the area. Just trying to find Yuval Cohen again. They've tried to feed him a few times in and around the penalty area. Slip it through to Garcia. Knocked out of play. It will be a throw. Kai Thomas with the clearance out. Chattanooga FC making a decidedly heavier emphasis on box entries this go-around. The last time these teams clashed, just 14 touches were taken in the penalty area of Carolina Core FC by Chattanooga. Backing up now for a long throw here. They've scored a couple times this year off these long throw-ins. Watson angling it in. Sutton is there. Jacob Juarez speeding forward with it. Trying to find Jesus Ibarra. Telegraphed pass, though. Ultimately, Facundo Canetti will come up with it, and Garvanyan will muscle him down. Facundo Canetti slow to peel himself up off the turf here at Finley Stadium. Carolina Core trying to quickly restart things, and Mark Verso and company weren't exactly ready for it, so Foxes will retake this restart. This Carolina Core side, as we have played over a half hour now, they are the team of the week in MLS Next Pro. Back-to-back weeks, the Foxes have been selected as team of the week. Donovan Ricketts and company, they did say that it's a good honor, but it doesn't mean much if you don't make the playoffs, and that's the ultimate goal for Carolina Core. Driven into the box, deflected away, out it goes for a throw. This portion of the match is brought to you by Center for Sports Medicine and Orthopedics, Chattanooga's leading provider of multi-specialty orthopedic care. Leonardi looking for options on this throw in and finding one. It's Antonio Pineda. Pineda brought over early on in August, the former West Virginia University and High Point man. 32 goal contributions for Pineda, now making his 6th appearance of the year. It's turned over though. Cohen rolls it forward. Turner with help on the overlap. Touched back inside, wanting Cohen again. And there's a foul in the box that will erase all of it. Once again, Chattanooga FC, they've been able to use that transitional space to their advantage early on in this contest. Causing another turnover right near that halfway line, quickly getting out on the attack. Just 7 goals scored on the counter this season for Chris Nugent's bunch, Chattanooga FC. When they have all things clicking, firing on all cylinders, they can be a dangerous transitional team. Countering now, here are the boys in blue. Cohen battling in on Chica. Couldn't win it back, and now here's Juarez. Chica's pass, picked out by Mangarov and intercepted. Ahead, Garcia. Still Garcia now, turning. Anthony Garcia wants the cut back inside, finds it, and Cohen went down again. Gives the Foxes a chance to transition. And there will be a card handed out. Nathan Kohler just impeding Jesus Ibarra. Kohler, the former Prescott Cables FC man. First it was Anthony Garcia getting past multiple defenders. That's a wonderful pass laid off inside. Just a bit behind Yuval Cohen, who overran the ball slightly. And that allowed Carolina Core to at least try to get out in transition before being erased by Nathan Kohler. And play back underway. That is the second yellow handed out, one for either team now. More whistles here from Mark Verso. Foxes do have a throw over on the far side of things. It's well defended right now by Chattanooga FC, and you can say that for really all 35 minutes and change we've seen in this opening half. Chattanooga FC, yes, they have generated good scoring opportunities, but it's all started with the way they've defended Carolina Core. Switched over here to Kai Thomas. Thomas had a goal in the win against Atlanta United too. He said this week that such a welcome feeling to score a goal. Meanwhile, given up to Leonardi. Wanted to play it back inside, was looking for Ibarra. Takes a deflection off of Garvanyan and out, and things will stay here. Carolina Core FC trying to get out on the front foot off their first corner of this match as Leonardi has it spotted up. 20 first half goals scored this season for the Foxes. Over half of their total goal scoring output. Leonardi lofts it into a crowd, sailing through inside, and it falls out the other side. That is where Ibarra will pick things up. Second ball served in, headed away. Now Now more whistles. Another foul inside the penalty area, this time against Carolina Core. One of the biggest things that Chris Nugent loved from the win against Crown Legacy out of this Chattanooga FC side, he said that they created chances throughout the game, set pieces in the run of play, but he really loved the way they were very patient in their build-ups and liked the way that they pressed against Crown Legacy. They've shown great patience on their build-ups here, and it's resulting in opportunities like this. Pumped ahead to Mangarov as it knocked off of his feet, and out it goes for another corner to Chattanooga FC. More opportunities on set pieces for the boys in blue. Carolina Core defensively on their set pieces. They have conceded 6 combined goals, albeit most of those coming off free kicks this season, 5 of the 6. But here's Mangarov again from the far flag. Mangarov lifts it in. Out with the punch comes Sutton. Still free in front. The shot from Cohen is blocked. And now Juarez will just clear that one all the way out. Does concede the throw in to Tate Robertson, 27-year-old Ohio native. Robertson, as he had made his way over to the far touchline, he had pushed his hands in the air as if to say, to back everybody up as they were looking for another long throw. Thrown being backed up just a bit. They do find Cohen on it. Cohen turning, gets past Chica, who's still hacking away at it. Driven forward on the clearance. Sliding in is Kohler, though. Able to keep the possession alive. Back it goes to Jakupovic. Forward, Garvanyan lays it off. Garcia, edge of the area. Garcia going for it. It's blocked. Lifted back ahead and out wide. Mangarov sets it up to Garvanyan. Now back to Mangarov. Slid back inside. Garvanyan, back post. Put it away. Robertson serves it back inside again. Credit to Carolina Core. They are doing a good job of creating a lot of traffic inside that penalty area. Jakupovic, out he comes. Way away from his home and goal. Run out of room. Ball rolled across the touchline. He thought it was still in play. Nothing was reset as Kai Thomas will cycle it back. FC Cincinnati 2 defender is Kai Thomas. Spent time across 4 different MLS academies Thomas has, including FC Dallas and FC Inter Miami. Short toss in, able to find Facundo Canetti. This portion of the match is powered by EPB. Closing in on the final few moments of this opening half. It's a 0-0 stalemate so far. They have been the better team in terms of chance creation offensively, as that's off the noggin of Juarez and out of play. Still 3 shots on target for the boys in blue. 6 total shots. They have found a way to also stymie Carolina Core. Just 1 shot on target. It was saved by Jakupovic. It's thrown back into Kai Thomas. On the attack here is Carolina Core. Giving up out wide. Juarez lifts it in. Well, defensively once more by Chattanooga. The offside flag had come up from the near assistant referee, so it'll be a free kick for Chattanooga to get things back going. One thing that Chris Nugent underscored this week about Chattanooga FC, he said that the team's fight, their ability to go toward the final whistle, not giving up, it's led to a lot of confidence inside the building, not just these last few weeks, but all season long. They have a mentality inside of them that they can score at any minute. The whistle will bring things to a screeching halt as R.A. Miller went down off the aerial duel, and Milo Garvanyan booked. It's now 2 Chattanooga players carrying yellows. Kohler and Milo Garvanyan along that back line, as you see it there on the left side of your screen. It's colliding in midair, 22 in blue and 99 in white. Miller is back up to his feet. Just flashed through the frame in the center of your screen, and now Ibarra turn it forward. Intercepted though by Garvanyan. He'll carry it on. Finds Garcia. Doubling Anthony Garcia. Watson ahead. Garvanyan couldn't slip it forward. Just a brief series between these 2 independent clubs who both joined the fold of Next Pro back in 2024. Ahead of that season, 3 wins for Chattanooga FC, 2 wins for Carolina Core, who won the most recent meeting here at Finley Stadium a season ago, a 2-1 victory. Guided forward, here's Cohen, rather Garcia. Just 1 minute of added time at the end of this 45 as Charles tries to clear it away. Intercepted though, Kusikiewski. Robertson lifts it in toward goal, headed. Took a deflection, but the flag will come up. Despite that being offside, Chattanooga, they have been getting that crossing game going in this first 45 minutes, continuing to move Chattanooga, Carolina Core side to side. Alex Sutton boots it forward off the restart. Crossed over that one allotted for added time. Checking the watch is Mark Verso, and there is the whistle. The opening 45 minutes in the books. No score at the half, 0-0 between Carolina Core and Chattanooga FC. Coming up, we look around the league from last week, plus highlights, stats, and a busy upcoming schedule. We'll be right back.
MLS debutant Kevin Sullivan.
Luna.
Yes! That is a banger! Absolute scorcher! Spectacular save from Dane St. Clair.
action.
I know I'm fully attracted. I'm hanging on like a fridge to a magnet. The jigsaw with all the right pieces. You and me, we go good together. You and I go good together. You and I, we go good together. We go good together.
At the half in Chattanooga, we've got stories on playoff clinching, chasing down league records, and Next Pro alums playing in the League's Cup final. April Marie Aguilar traveled to the Big Apple to file this week's report.
Hit forward by Farnsworth.
Curled Sandoval. Take a bow. Diesel. An absolute rocket. Oh, it was helped along for Adams, who recovers it here. It's Adams. Oh, it's a firecracker.
Welcome back to the report. I'm April Marie Aguilar, coming to you from New York City, outside the iconic New York Stock Exchange. It's Charging Bull, the perfect backdrop to represent the power and drive of the New York Red Bulls too. From their rise in the standings to their young talent making waves, this team embodies both the grit and big dreams that define this city. The powerhouse New York Red Bulls 2, Union 2, and City 2 have all clinched a spot in the 2025 MLS NEXT Pro playoffs. St. Louis City 2 became the first team to clinch a spot in the playoffs following a 3-1 road victory over North Texas SC. On the eastern side, Red Bulls 2 and Union 2 punched their ticket to the playoffs, with the latter getting theirs less than 2 match weeks ago. We caught up with the Red Bulls 2 head coach Michael Bradley to get his thoughts on the upcoming postseason.
We've had a really good season up till now, and obviously with 4 games to go, we've qualified for the playoffs, but we want to make sure that we use these last 4 games to take every point possible. We want to make sure that we can give ourselves home field advantage for as long as possible in the playoffs. When the playoffs come, then we know that everything gets cranked up a few notches, and there's a little bit more at stake. There's a little bit less margin for error, but we're going to enjoy the part of testing our football in environments like that as well.
And with 4 games in hand, the Baby Bulls have a chance to smash the single-season team goals record, currently held by the 2023 Colorado Rapids 2 squad with 70 goals.
That stood out in their win against LAFC 2, especially on that first goal, had their fullback sprinting wide into the box. But here's Jaskalainen, laid off to Kuzane! St. Louis, our city, red hot. Glover leaking in behind. He's free, Glover!
Perez drags in the middle for McSorley. Ball's back to him, and he scores!
Loses the ball. Kidd wins it back. Mateo Kidd shuts the door. McSorley. Kidd. Perez!
Now from the high-powered teams in the East to the dominant offensive threats in the West, nothing says we mean business than the more than 8 straight matches won by St. Louis City 2 to break the consecutive wins record. Their dominant performance also on track to break the all-time single-season points record. 66 points is the mark that City 2 are chasing. They have been in fine form all season. They went on a run of 8 straight wins, starting with a 3-2 win against MNU FC2 on May 18th. The win streak was broken when they tied Ventura County FC on July 16th, but they gained an extra point in a shootout win. Interim head coach John Hackworth spoke to us about the team's run of form.
As a group that is unique, they hold themselves accountable. They're hard on each other, whether that's in training or games. Hopefully we have a really good push in the playoffs, being able to play in our beautiful stadium at Energizer Park and have our fans support us. That is, very special to all of us and something we're very proud of. So hopefully we can continue that.
St. Louis City 2 has been unstoppable as they continue to ride a 15-game unbeaten streak going back to May 11th when they lost to the Town FC. And following closely behind and almost as impressive was the Town FC's 7-game win streak and 10 matches unbeaten. This matches the previous record in each of the MLS Next Pro seasons dating back to the league's debut in 2022.
Step over towards the end line. Cuts it, goes down. Penalty! Brilliant by Georgie. Yellow card given. Takes a step forward. And rolls it in the back of the net. The Sounders go up 2-0. They celebrate together in the far corner here. And here comes Rothrock. Can you put icing on the cake? Here he goes. And the 18, yes, he can! Oh, the Sounders fans up on their feet! And it's hometown hero, Paul Rothrock! And that's just about that. The Sounders will win the 2025 Leagues Cup. It just had to be.
The pathway is real. The 2025 Leagues Cup Final isn't just a battle between two MLS heavyweights. It's also a showcase for MLS Next Pro alumni making their mark on the biggest stage. Ozaze de Rosario and Paul Rothrock both sharpened their game in MLS Next Pro, and now they're suiting up in the Leagues Cup Final. For de Rosario, that means proving his offensive prowess translates against top competition. In Rothrock's case, it was a hometown hero delivering in a final against Inter Miami. It's stories like these that highlight exactly why MLS Next Pro exists, a league designed to develop, elevate, and prepare young talent for moments like this.
What's going through my mind right now, it's crazy. It's a dream come true. You can say, I beat Messi in a final. It's a dream come true.
Brian Schmetzer told us you have been the surprise of the season. He said you're wide-eyed at training, you're hungry. Where does that come from?
The love, the passion. I want to be a champion just like my dad, and I'm a champion.
Congratulations to the Seattle Sounders and all of the MLS Next Pro alumni for showing up and showing out at the 2025 Leagues Cup. But now we're heading into the most competitive part of the 2025 MLS Next Pro season. Here are the dates you won't want to miss. The business end of the season is upon us. Both the Eastern and Western Conference playoff races are extremely tight this season, culminating in Decision Day on October 5th. The first round of the playoffs will begin on the weekend of October 15th, and it'll lead up to the date you won't want to miss, MLS Next Pro Cup on the weekend of November 7th. We can't wait to see what fireworks are in store. Well, that does it for this edition of The Report. Be sure to tune into the next episode for the latest around MLS Next Pro. For now, I'm April Marie Aguilar, and we'll catch you guys next time. Adios.
Should be a fun season of MLS Next Pro. Wins
my vibe.
Action.
MLS debutant Kevin Sullivan.
Luna.
Yes! It's a banger! Absolute scorcher! Spectacular save from Dane St. Clair.
Back in Chattanooga, Tennessee, a stalemate through 45 minutes of play. Just one more week of matches before decision day. Here's what's on tap for match week 29 around MLS NEXT Pro. The playoff picture really heating up over this final stretch of the regular season. It all will kick back off on Wednesday as Chattanooga FC. They'll see Atlanta United twice over the final 3 weeks of the regular season. Meanwhile, on Friday, an important Eastern Conference clash between New England and Crown Legacy. Crown Legacy, yes, are out of playoff contention, officially eliminated, but New England having a chance to pull level points-wise with conference leaders Red Bull New York atop the Eastern Conference table. Richie Williams and the Revs having a real renaissance year up there in Foxborough. Chattanooga FC earlier this year upended New England. As for our match, let's catch you up on how we got to this point with our halftime highlights. No score through 45 minutes of play, but still plenty of action, and early on, it was the boys in blue of Chattanooga FC peppering Alex Sutton and the Foxes with opportunities. First, Gavin Turner drawing the first save of the match, and then Carolina Core would come back down. They'd have a look at goal thanks to Jake Juarez, who sets it up to Jesus Ibarra, the former Chattanooga man, stopped by Eldin Jakupovic. Turner and company coming back down the pitch for Chattanooga, trying to lead the way inside. That one would ultimately be whistled down for an offside. Then cut back in, looking for Yuval Cohen. They tried to thread it back through to Cohen in different areas inside that 18-yard box. That header goes deflecting off and going wide as well. And that is how things all come to a close as we take a look at our halftime stats. Chattanooga FC not just generating more chances than Carolina Core, but they have completely neutralized the Foxes' offense. Just one shot on target, and you go even deeper into some of the stats as well, and just a handful of touches inside the penalty area for Carolina Core. 5 in that opening 45 minutes. Chattanooga's created a lot of congestion throughout the middle part of the pitch. It's allowed them to control the tone and the tempo of this match. Perhaps the only negative against Chattanooga is that you do generate 3 shots on target. You have 2 corners, and yet you just can't find a way to put a goal in the back of the net. Boys in blue trying to remedy that here as we get set to begin the second 45 minutes of this final meeting of Independence in 2025. Back inside Finley Stadium, no score for either side through 45 minutes of play. Both teams out of the halftime dressing room. Chattanooga trying to pick up win number 6 at home of the campaign and run their win streak to 4 consecutive. Meanwhile, Carolina Core also looking to run their win streak to 4 consecutive. In 5 prior meetings, there has never been a draw between Core and Chattanooga. A strong start to the opening half for Chattanooga FC. 3 shots on target in the first 15 minutes. Have not been able to find a shot on target since. Carolina Core, meanwhile, they have been a strong second half team, especially in the late stretches of second halves. 7 goals scored this season in the final 10 minutes of matches. They've scored 3 times in second half stoppage time. Mark Verso sounds the whistle. The second 45 minutes are now underway in Chattanooga, Tennessee, between Core FC and Chattanooga FC. 1 change at the half for Chattanooga. Logan Brown on, Nathan Kohler comes off. Is Gavin Turner having to backtrack a bit, and we'll peel it back over to Logan Brown. Former Dayton and UMass man is Brown, the 24-year-old. Robertson leading the way, lifts it ahead. Was trying to run that one down, could not get past the defending of Juan Pablo Rodriguez. The Argentine able to set Alex Sutton up with another goal clearance. Sutton was a real hero in the first 45 minutes for Donovan Ricketts' bunch, stopping all 3 of the shots that he's faced. Jakupovic in the opposite net, the league leader in saves. Alex Sutton, a top 5 goalkeeper in that regard, came into this weekend's fixture with 70 to his credit. Now here is the Foxes. Morris slides it inside. Pineda from distance, whistling it wide, and out it goes. Antonio Pineda stepping up into space, but just driving that one wide. Carolina Core, they haven't been able to get in tight toward that 18-yard box of Chattanooga that often. So now just trying their hand at some efforts from distance. They win it back off the restart, and that is where Linga Charles will reset things. Rodriguez now. Forward, knotted down by Juarez, back into the possession of Ibarra. Back inside, now falls in front. Pineda having a go of it is Canetti. Whipping out of play. Carolina Core arguing their case for a corner. They won't get it. Jakupovic restarts things. Cohen can't corral it in though. And Paul Leonardi will watch it roll out. Knocked down by Chattanooga FC. Now here they are on the attack. Turner We'll slide it back across. Garvanyan threading it through down that outside channel. Clear away from the possession of Mangarov. Another corner won by Chattanooga FC. Chris Nugent, he had reflected on that Crown Legacy match and said that they came into that feeling like they could exploit opportunities off set pieces against Crown Legacy. They have picked up on that against Carolina Core as well. This will be the third corner of the day for Chattanooga. Just one so far for the Foxes. Robertson swings it in to the near post, but it falls out, and it will be a goal kick. Despite the amount of set-piece opportunities generated by Chattanooga FC, been a lot of teeth to them. Chica moved it forward. He's carrying a yellow card from that first half. One of 3 players who was booked in the opening 45 minutes. 2 for Chattanooga FC were shown yellow. Now we have more whistles here from Mark Verso, and it will be a free kick. Chattanooga did try to hone in on, emphasize coming into this matchup, was the idea of getting more pressure on the ball. They felt like the last time they played Carolina Core, they did not get pressure high enough up the field. That time getting some good pressure up the field and able to set themselves up with a free kick. Everyone will back off. It'll be Daniel Mangarov. Mangarov boots it forward, headed down by Ibarra. Pineda now. Just looking for a release option on that clearance. Gonna slow roll its way through to the feet of Juarez. Now Ibarra. Back forward, here's Miller. Driven out of play by Chattanooga FC, and the Foxes will have a throw. There is a Chattanooga FC player currently down, and that has brought things to a bit of a screeching halt here. There's Daniel Mangarov laboring just a tad bit there in the center of your screen, but he is back to his feet, and this throw-in will resume play off the stoppage. Consecutive throws now for Carolina Core. Charles gave it up. Another example of what Chattanooga FC did so well in that first 45 minutes as Garvanyan run down. They did not allow Carolina Core, Chattanooga, that is, did not allow Carolina Core a lot of time and space to operate, especially in that middle area of the field. As soon as a pass was made, 1, 2, sometimes even 3 Navy shirts flocking right to the ball, closing out that space and not giving the Foxes time to even make a decision. Turner's pass intercepted by Chica, who will hoof it away from danger. Good ball work here from Chattanooga FC. Giving back up to Garvanyan. Garvanyan out wide. Garcia wanted to cross, was denied the ability to do so by Kai Thomas. Things will stay on this end though. A corner, second of the half, fourth of the day for Chattanooga FC. This time it'll be Tate Robertson. Robertson lifts it short side, leaping forward is Sutton again. There hasn't been much doing in the offensive department in front of Alex Sutton so far today. Just 4 shots for Carolina Core. Only one of those going on the target, but Alex Sutton has played exceptionally well keeping Carolina core in it. Reading crosses and cutting them out. Showing off that big save ability. Charles probing. Wanted to give it back up to Miller. But Miller was well marked defensively. Juarez now will spin it forward. Ibarra trying to race it down. That forces a clearance out from Logan Brown. Long throw ahead, knotted back away by Rodriguez. Now Charles. Chattanooga can't clear the lines yet. Charles will reset things. It's Thomas. Steered out wide. Juarez now. Juarez will switch it. Lifted back toward goal. Ricocheting around. Falls to Juarez, edge of the area. Trying to carve his way inside. It was closed off by Turner. Play back underway. Here's Garvanyan with it. He'll cut it inside. Yusakuski. Knocked out of play. Off the pass forward from Callum Watson. Vibrant Meals provides fresh, good-for-you meals that are healthy, affordable, and accessible. Order meals directly to your door at myvibrantmeals.com or visit their local retail locations. Robertson will switch it back out wide. Here's Turner on the right. They give up to Mangarov. Roll back over. Watson. Garvanyan turning away from Leonardi and finding Garcia. Anthony Garcia forcing his way in. Still Garcia on it. Laid off. Turner shot. Blocked on its way through. Lifted back ahead by Chattanooga, but into the possession of Alex Sutton. Carolina core, they have made more of an emphasis in this second 45 minutes in terms of box defending. That first half of Chattanooga FC, a significant advantage in touches inside the penalty area, shots inside the box. 4 of Chattanooga's 6 shots taken inside that area, 14 total box entries. Offensively, though, is where the real struggle has been for the Foxes, as Juarez locked in a battle there with Tate Robertson, unable to win it. Meanwhile, Carolina core, they will switch things up. Jacob Evans, Anthony Sumo Jr. will both come on. Big boosts for the offense coming on the pitch for Donovan Ricketts' team. Between Evans and Sumo Jr., 7 goals, 5 assists combined between that duo, 10 and 11 in white. It was just a few matches ago against FC Cincinnati 2 that Jacob Evans and Sumo Jr. came on. And those two had a real hand in that late win for Carolina Core. Jathan Juarez will have the throw for Carolina Core. One area that Chattanooga has taken away from Carolina Core. On that in a moment, actually. This one struck from distance by Garcia and sailing high. But one area that Chattanooga has managed to take away from Carolina Core in this contest. The Foxes love to tuck their wingers in and then get their fullbacks high up the pitch to create offense. Players like Jathan Juarez are typically very involved as Chattanooga will make changes. That has not been the case so far today. Kuski will come off. His afternoon is done. On comes Nick Mendonça, the former MLS Next Pro champion with North Texas a season ago. Joining him is Keegan Anselin. As a result, though, of Chattanooga taking those wide areas away from Carolina Core, it's caused them to be a bit more narrow in their attack, somewhat one-dimensional. They've relied a lot on long passing forward. Here they are on the right-hand flank, lifted toward goal, and it's headed out by Robertson. Farid Sarsar having a real spirited word with Mark Verso. Meanwhile, off the corner, reset into Evans, gives it up out wide, off the cross. Driven from distance, won't make its way through. Second effort off the volley, stopped. Just the second shot on target for Carolina Core. A dangerous opportunity from Juan Pablo Rodriguez. Strong collision out wide. Kai Thomas will go into the book. Anthony Garcia was slow to get up, now working his way back to his feet as a result of this collision. Bit heavy of a touch there from Garcia. Thomas went careening into him and just ended up making a lot of contact. That will send Kai Thomas into the book. So it's Thomas and Chica, players carrying yellows along the back for Carolina Core. Garvanyan still on the pitch, and Nathan Kohler, the duo, carrying yellows for Chattanooga FC. Kohler has since come off. Meanwhile, play back underway. Here's Anselin. Robertson back forward. For the switching pass from Tate Robertson. They find it. Here's Garcia. Garcia weaving in and out. Wanting to roll it back to Watson. Top of the area. Cleared all the way away by Carolina Core. Well recovered defensively by Chattanooga FC. Guided inside. Here's Turner now. Turning, lifting it over the face of goal and out. Been many transitional opportunities for Carolina Core, mainly because of a lack of mistakes committed so far by Chattanooga FC. When there have been opportunities in transition, Chattanooga has done a good job of getting back. The strongest areas that Chattanooga has excelled this season is in that rest defense. When losing it, how quickly they can transition back into their defensive posture. Lifted ahead, Pineda will pull it in on the move. Now drives it inside, knocked out of play. Corner awarded. Well over an hour gone now in this contest. This is just the third corner of the day for Carolina Core FC. Dangerous set-piece team of the Foxes, 4 corner goals in 2025. Rolled in along the end line to Rodriguez. They were trying to get it back to Leonardi. And Chattanooga, they were ready for it. The boys in blue, their set-piece defense on corners this year has been pristine. Still yet to allow a corner goal in 2025. Forward, foot race here. Anselin, what a run. Forcing Juan Pablo Rodriguez into just clearing it out. Anselin, one of 3 changes so far made in this second half. Set Chattanooga up with a throw here in toward this final third. Backing up, looking for the long throw in on this near side. Robertson's toss to the near post, pinballing around inside. Fox is able to find a clearance though. It's thumped forward. Sumo Jr. will pick it up. He's trying to hold play up for support. Again, Chattanooga's defense, the way they're able to get back and recover. It's been crucial in keeping Carolina Core off the score sheet so far. This portion of the match is brought to you by Center for Sports Medicine and Orthopedics, Chattanooga's leading provider of multi-specialty orthopedic care. Now, a real asset with his feet. Clear that one away. Garvanian comes up with it ahead. Garcia funneled back forward. Gavin Turner racing down the far channel. Turner slices it inside. Cohen has a go. FC, they're starting to catch Carolina Core more in transition as this contest drags on. The 9th shot of the day for the boys in blue. Still frozen on those 3 shots on target. Were taken within the match's opening 15-20 minutes. Juarez dished off to Evans. Evans goes down, won't get a whistle. Perhaps a bit surprising, no whistle sounded. It was a very tightly whistled first 45 minutes. I've seen a lot of whistles in this second half, but Mark Verso that time content to let it play out. To Mendonça, pressured into a turnover. Change of possession will occur via the throw in. Evans, the header down. Pineda, waiting for support. Finds its way back to Evans out wide. Jacob Evans now, options all around. Tries to drive it in, and it was cut off by Jakupovic. still knifing in for it. Meanwhile, Mark Verso sounds the whistle, and there will be a stoppage. Facundo Canetti, slow to get back to his feet. Elsewhere around the Eastern Conference, right now, Philadelphia Union up 4-0 over Chicago Fire 2 at Subaru Park in Chester, Pennsylvania. That is significant for Chattanooga FC because the team that sits directly in front of them in the Eastern Conference standings is Chicago. Real opportunity to gain ground on Chicago Fire 2, not just gain ground, but leapfrog them in the table and up into that top 4 spot. Meanwhile, Alex Sutton is down for Carolina Core. Sutton grabbing at that right leg. He's trying to stretch it out there in the center of your screen. Initially, no trainers had come out, but now trainers will trot on. Because of the lack of offensive presence so far for Carolina Core, Alex Sutton has been the hero of the day so far. 3 shots stopped. Continues to try to stretch out that right leg. He's grabbing at that calf and now helped back to his feet. New York native appears as though he will stay in. Trainers ushered off the field. Melee of all of that, Carolina Core will use the opportunity to make a change. Antonio Pineda off, on comes Glory Nzingo. Nzingo, 10 goal contributions on the season, walking on the pitch, 17 in white. The former Swansea City man. Acquired on the loan beginning of 2025 for this Carolina Core team. Canetti rolls it back ahead. Play back underway off the extended stoppage. And now here's Juarez probing around. Knocked off the ball by Anselin, who wins a whistle. Driven all the way ahead and out wide. Here's Garcia, able to pull it in on the move. Still dancing around is Garcia. It's right into the wall of Juan Pablo Rodriguez. That is where the possession ends for the boys in blue. Sutton, gone down minutes ago. Gonna knock it forward. Evans, weaving in and out. Out wide. Here comes Core FC. Driven low, in front. It's Nzingo. Laid back off. Evans now. Turning forward, Sumo Jr. Turned away from goal initially. Canetti now. Charles has support on the overlap, finds him, it's Juarez, cross in front, chipped over the bar and out. It was deflected out by Chattanooga FC. Things staying on this end for a corner. Arguably one of the best attacking moments the Carolina Core have had in this contest. The actions very solid, moving Chattanooga around. They're going to find an option in that wide space, and Juarez getting forward. Lifted inside, headed down, and fiddled wide. Chattanooga making another change, their third of the afternoon. Colin Thomas, the former Wake Forest man, will trot on for his 13th appearance of the season, spelling Anthony Garcia. Jakupovic, meanwhile, boots it forward. We're back underway. Continuing to click along as we close in on these final 15 minutes. Still no score to be found. Helped along over to Turner. Turner, wanting to roll it ahead, was looking for Cohen. Long throw ahead, near post, glancing header. The clearance falls back to Robertson. Second effort driven in. Again, too short of a clearance. Turner, third time, back in front. And again, claimed by Sutton. There is a Carolina Corps man down. Play will resume off the drop ball. Just a small knock to Facundo Canetti, and play back underway. This portion of the match presented by EPB. Sutton goes long in the distribution, picking out Anthony Sumo. Well defended by Logan Brown there. They both went falling down to the turf. Back in to resume play. Here's Charles. Zingo now on the right. Help it back along to Leonardi. Thought he had in Zingo on the give and go. Instead, Mendonça will cut that out and wins a throw for his efforts. They have made Carolina Corps a tactical adjustment. Lincoln Charles, he had been pushing higher into the attack for Carolina Corps. Going to hover back a bit more defensively as this contest carries on. Anselin fighting there with Juan Pablo Rodriguez, muscles him down. Anselin, he'll be shown a whistle by Mark Verso. Alex Sutton will come out from his home and goal. He and Gavin Turner having words. There's a lot at stake in this final matchup of the season between these two independent clubs in MLS Next Pro. A natural rivalry has developed over the course of the last two seasons. It's been on display all afternoon long, just how physical and gritty this affair has been. Some issues here playing out of the back for Chattanooga. Quell those for a moment as Robertson will drive it all the way forward. Racing free is Anselin. Struggled with the control of it, has to double back. Back inside, Watson forward, Turner chipped ahead, it's Cohen! Parried away! The flag had come up though. All set up initially by the long ball forward to Keegan Anselin, who ran it down. Some inside-outside work, able to take advantage of those gaps. That's something that Chris Nugent identified for Chattanooga as a key to the match. Can they take advantage of those moments in the attack to exploit space Evans on the move for the Foxes. Sumo Jr., he went down, there was no whistle. In this second half especially, Chattanooga, they have tried a bit more to draw that press in from Carolina core. The Fox is a very aggressive pressing team. Going forward with it is Watson. Finding Gavin Turner. He and Chica battling on the right again. These two have been going at it all day, but it could show sportsmanship there between Chica and Turner. Things stuck on this end as Tate Robertson will make the long walk forward. Whistles from Mark Verso. A lot of pushing and shoving at the top of that 18. He's trying to sort that out. Robertson drills it, back stick. Glancing header away, and now here comes Carolina core on the breakout. Pushing the tempo, Zinzingo. Mendonça able to get all the way back and knock it out of play to disrupt the build. There's a reason why they brought Nick Mendonça over in the offseason. MLS NEXT Pro champion with North Texas a season ago, spent time with Minnesota United in 2022. Great defender is Mendonça. He's brought a lot to the table for Chattanooga in 2025. As Juan Pablo Rodriguez will switch it over out wide. Headed away, it's Colin Thomas who pulls it in. Thomas ahead to Cohen, and back to Thomas, wasn't ready for it. Now Anselin. They were looking for Anselin on this near side. And instead, going all the way out of play. Up on those crunch time moments, Chattanooga and Carolina core still seeking that elusive first goal. Garvanyan charging ahead, rolls it inside. Turner handcuffed there defensively by Juarez, who comes up with it. Chica under some duress, deals it away. Up along, forward to Robertson now. Robertson trying to carve out space and does. Watson. Give up to Yuval Cohen, not online. Clearance from Sutton, not deep enough. Mendonça pulls it in. Still on the attack is Chattanooga FC. Cross from Garvanyan, it's blocked. Out for a throw it goes. For so long of this contest has been played stylistically the way that Chattanooga wants to play it. 6th fewest goals allowed in MLS NEXT Pro this season, just 4 allowed for the last 360 coming into today. Would be their 3rd clean sheet in the last 5 matches. Thrown ahead. Well covered again by Carolina core. It won't make its way to the halfway line though. Garvanyan keeps it on. Here's Turner. Last 5 minutes, Chattanooga have really been turning the screws. Zingo, what a ball rolled ahead, racing it down outside, the cross driven in, blocked away. The Chattanooga captain, Fareed Sarsar, coming to the rescue. It's just an excellent ball played ahead by Glory and Zingo. Laying out for it is Sarsar. It does concede a corner to the Foxes. Two changes for Carolina Core before this set piece. Cuevas and Zion Scarlett on. And Zingo shadows over top of it. And Zingo drives it, overhits, and out it goes to the near touchline. Of the match where Carolina Core, they've been so stout in all season, especially over these last few weeks. Donovan Ricketts lauding his team's ability to just find ways to grind out results. Elsewhere around Next Pro, Philadelphia Union, they've extended their lead to 5-0 over Chicago Fire 2. If you're Carolina Core, your attention turning to the 7 p.m. fixture between Orlando City B and Huntsville. Orlando City B sits just 1 point back of Carolina Core as Chattanooga will make another change. Marcus Nagelstad will come on. Norwegian and former Hartford Athletic and Providence Friar. Looked ahead, here's Scarlett, who just came on. His service in. Still free, Evans parried away. Another save for Eldin Jakupovic. Still Evans now. Trying to knife that one back inside. A flubbed clearance here. Scarlett coughed it up for a moment. Now Garvanyan goes down. Fox is still on it. Whipped ahead. A frantic moment defensively if you're Chattanooga FC. In this second half, 6 shots, 2 on target for Carolina Core. Back to the well they go. Here's Sumo. Flanked by 3 defenders, has to give it up. Charles. Lincoln Charles shifting past Thomas. His cross not on line. And it falls out of play. Now Jakupovic will go down. Trainers will come out to assess Eldin Jakupovic, who has been strong all afternoon long. It's been a real battle of the netminders today. Akapovic had gone down after a goal kick was awarded to Chattanooga FC. Who have been enjoying a 52% to 48% advantage in possession here in this second half. Akapovic back to his feet. Officially 5 minutes of stoppage time. Still plenty of time for one of these teams to find a winner. For Chattanooga FC, what's happening in Chester, Pennsylvania, Chicago Fire 2 being thoroughly outplayed right now by Philadelphia Union. A real opportunity here, wanting to earn all 3 points. And leapfrog Fire 2 in the Eastern Conference standings. Headed out, Carolina Core are trying to give themselves some breathing room above this Eastern Conference cut line. They'll have a throw to get back on the attack. Scarlett, throw ahead, a bit too long. Flying in to try to win it back, could not. Now here's Robertson. Robertson held by Zion. Scarlett, there's a whistle. The last time Carolina and Chattanooga met, it was a penalty converted by that man, 3 in navy blue. Just a few ticks shy of the 90th minute. That ended up being enough for Chattanooga to get across the finish line. One of these players will likely be a hero, whether in regulation or in a penalty shootout, should that be needed. Robertson boots it into a crowd, headed away, struck off the volley by Garvanyan. Naglestad! He missed it wide. Off the side netting it goes. The best opportunity Chattanooga have had in this second 45. Right to Naglestad. You know he'll want that one back. On the doorstep. Couldn't tuck it home. Back along by Charles, and now thumped clear by Logan Brown. Here's Cuevas. He'll let it roll out. It's a throw for Carolina Core. Donovan Ricketts watching along on that Carolina Core touchline, the former 2-time MLS goalkeeper of the year. Cuevas tries to carry it forward, knocked out, consecutive throws coming. Toss in, able to find Sumo Jr., lost it. Chattanooga, though, they can't clear it away. And Donza loops it forward. Thomas, the header back down, glancing header from Jacob Evans. Final minute of second half stoppage time coming up. Scarlett. Thomas, back forward. It's Evans on the right. Knife his way back in, could not. Sarsar's clearance intercepted. Here's Charles. Canetti taken down. Here's Juarez shuffling around out of the reach of Evans. Cleared away again. Naglestad now dragged down, and that will be a whistle. If it goes to penalties, Chattanooga 4 shootout wins in 7 draws this season. Core FC, 4 shootout wins in 8 draws. Brown ahead, headed down, back towards Sutton, who will sprawl on top of it. Mark Verso content to let it play out past the 5 allotted. Sutton, long ball forward. Verso checks the watch, and there is the whistle. We have reached the end of regulation. No winner to be found in the Battle of the Independents, and we will head to a penalty shootout in Chattanooga. 0-0 after 90 minutes.
Action.
At the end of regulation, since the teams are tied on the scoreboard, the match will extend to a shootout, with each team having 5 attempts. If the teams are tied after 5 attempts, they will go to sudden death. The shootout winner will receive an extra point in the regular season standings.
Both teams earning a point in the Eastern Conference standings, and now the attention shifts to who can earn the valuable extra point via a shootout win between Chattanooga and Carolina Core. Back inside Finley Stadium, 0-0, scoreless after 90 minutes. Try as they might, Chattanooga and Carolina Core, despite combining for 6 shots on target, no goals. There's been a real dearth of goal-scoring opportunities all season in this series history. The 1-0 matchup, the last time the teams faced off in August, an 89th minute goal scored in that one. Carolina Core came into this contest having not scored in 162 consecutive minutes against Chattanooga FC. The last time they scored a goal in the run of play in the 18th minute. All set to go for this penalty shootout. Core FC, they've won 50% of their shootouts in 2025. It's the 9th draw that the Foxes have played to. Pending the result of this penalty shootout, it does put Carolina Core now 2 clear of NYCFC and Orlando City B in the Eastern Conference standings. A penalty shootout victory means the best that Orlando could do today later on against Huntsville City would be to pull level in points with Core FC. That is if Carolina Core can earn a shootout win. This contest also does have impacts elsewhere on FC Cincinnati 2's playoff hopes. A loss for the Garys, coupled with Orlando and Carolina Core combining for 2 or more points, plus that Toronto shootout win earlier in the week, would equal Cincinnati's playoff fate being sealed, eliminated from contention. It'll be Chattanooga shooting first in the penalty shootout. Tate Robertson squaring off against Alex Sutton. Robertson scores! A well-taken penalty for Tate Robertson, able to best Alex Sutton to open the shootout. Just driving it right in, Sutton guessing wrong. Robertson taking some frustrations out on the ball afterward. Now Jacob Evans will walk up to the spot, facing off against Eldin Jakupovic, the league's leader in saves. Evans scores. Both goalkeepers shining during regulation with fantastic saves, but so far it's been the penalty takers through the opening round shining. 1-1 through the opening round as Marcus Naglestad will step up. Two-time Golden Boot winner for Chattanooga FC during their time at the NISA level as Marcus Naglestad. Naglestad scores, low and short side. Driving it in, low and away from Alex Sutton. Two opportunities, 2 goals for Chattanooga FC. And the attention shifts to Carolina Core. It'll be Alex Sutton against Jakupovic, off the post and out. Somewhat of an unconventional approach for Donovan Ricketts and company. Their netminder, the second penalty taker, off the far post and stays out. Milo Garvanyan now will walk up. A chance to make it 3 for 3 for Chattanooga FC. Garvanyan stopped by Sutton. Alex Sutton atoning for the missed penalty and responding in a big way, palming it away from Garvanyan, just throwing up the left hand and catching it. Pablo Rodriguez now, he'll walk up. Meanwhile, Jakupovic and Alex Sutton having some words with each other there. Rodriguez, the approach, it's in! Jakupovic was able to make contact with the outstretched hands. It didn't matter. Rifled home by Juan Pablo Rodriguez. Entering the 4th round, both teams with a miss, each with 2 converted now. And Yuval Cohen, a recent acquisition, coming over from Inter Miami, trying to help Chattanooga along to the extra point. Cohen stutters and scores. Yuval Cohen freezing Sutton with that long gait walking up to the ball. Now the spotlight shifts to Kai Thomas, the son of former Jamaican national teamer Roger Thomas. Scored against Atlanta United 2 to pick up his first goal of the season. And now trying to score to help Carolina Core stay in this contest. Thomas scores. Under pressure, Kai Thomas, cool as you like. They're going to soundly beat Eldin Jakupovic on that penalty effort, and now Farid Sarsar wearing the captain's armband for Chattanooga FC. Sarsar, slow walk up, drives it in. Just went short side on Alex Sutton, who guessed right, couldn't get to it in time. Glorian Zingo now has to score to keep this shootout going. The Foxes, they have a miss already today. And Zingo, it's in! Glorian Zingo sending this shootout to the sudden death round. But it just tucked that right past those long outstretched arms of Eldin Jakupovic. And Donson now will make the long walk up to the penalty spot. And Donsa scores. Donsa sending the fans at Finley Stadium to their feet, burying that one. Anthony Sumo Jr., they'll look to him. He has to score to keep the shootout alive for Carolina Core. Sumo Jr. walks up and scores. As good as Jakupovic was during regulation, the only missed penalty for Carolina Core in this contest has been Alex Sutton going off the post and out. No stops so far for Chattanooga's netminder. Meanwhile, Alex Sutton has recorded a penalty save so far in this shootout. Logan Brown hovers over it. Brown goes high and misses. Brown tried to go high and outside past the hands of Alex Sutton and went too high, blowing it over the bar. And now Zion Scarlett, who came on late in the second half, a chance to be a hero. Scarlett to win it. Carolina Core snatches the extra point on the road in the Battle of the Independents. A valiant, hard-fought effort from Carolina Core, picking up 2 points on the road and keeping their unbeaten streak alive at 4 matches. The Foxes continue to find a way down the stretch of the season to stay alive, not just in the hunt, but continue climbing their way forward into the postseason. Their efforts bolstered by today's man of the match, and it's that man in the center of your screen, Alex Sutton. A crucial penalty save for Carolina Core in the shootout. In total, 3 saves in regulation as well for the New York native, Alex Sutton. Carolina Core picks up the extra point for our entire MLS Next Pro broadcast crew. I'm Jake Griffith. Once again, your final 0-0 through 90. Core FC wins the shootout. Don't forget, you can watch MLS Next Pro all season long at MLS Season Pass on Apple TV and MLSNextPro.com. Good afternoon from Tennessee.
This copyrighted broadcast of Major League Soccer may not be retransmitted, reproduced, or rebroadcast without the express written consent of Major League Soccer.